Do you want to coach or do you want to sit your ass down? Because you ain't finna keep coming in and walking out the same way black mamas tell you when you young and you keep running in and out the front door. Get your ass somewhere and sit down, Steve Kerr. You either in or you out. You ain't finna keep running in and out my door.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my
Oh man, what's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast. I mean the realest sport podcast in all the land. You guys have to be wondering where we been, man. I've been traveling. I was in New York, I was in LA, and we was trying to record while I was on the road, but it just ain't work. Luckily, I am back, and if somebody listening to this podcast and you don't know who I am or what I'm talking about, first of all, where you been? But let me catch you up to speed, man. This is the greatest sports podcast in all the land. This happens to be the first time you guys are watching or listening on one half of the show. I go by the name of K Spade, the prospect.
And I'm your boy LeParis 57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Spade, we back.
We back, bro.
Let me tell you something, man. First of all, it's probably gonna be a long show because I got a list over here, and I got some things that I want to bring to your attention. You've been going. So you might have missed some of this sports stuff. So, Spade, I want to start in the NBA. The NBA Finals is over.
Yes.
The NBA champion has been crowned. I don't know if you knew that, but I don't know if you were able to watch any basketball when you was out of town making big moves.
Okay, were you surprised by the outcome of the finals?
I mean, Spade, we called this way back when. We called this way back when before the season even started. But I got some questions I want to ask you, Spade. But before we starting in the NBA, we want to go NBA playoffs as the first topic, so you can put that up there in the timestamp. NBA playoffs, Spade. That's where we starting, and we ain't gonna talk about the whole NBA playoffs. Or, you know what, Spade? Let me start here. The NBA playoffs. Let's start NBA playoffs as a whole. Golden State damn near swept through the whole damn playoffs. Damn near. Cleveland swept through the whole damn East except for Boston, right? I think Boston won a game. How many games Boston won? A game?
One, I believe.
Yeah. And they had some trouble with the Warriors in the finals. Spade, was the NBA finals, was the NBA playoffs, excuse me, was that exciting? Was you excited to watch the NBA playoffs?
Now, I can't say that I am. That I was. And I hate to admit this because you guys know I'm an advocate for the NBA. And I have always tried to defend the NBA when people attack them for lack of parity. The problem with this year's playoffs wasn't the fact that we knew it was going to be Cavs Warriors, and it wasn't the fact that we all knew the Warriors was winning. It's the fact that along the way they didn't give us any drama. I may have said this on an earlier show. I know I said it against somebody, to somebody else in conversation. They was like, this is what we want. This is, the trilogy, getting those two teams back. This is exactly what we want. And I said, hold on. In Rocky movies, we knew Rocky would win. You went to the movies knowing that Rocky would win. What you didn't know was what type of fight he would have to go through to eventually get that win. And it was no fight here. Like you said, the Cavs basically swept their way to the finals. Should have swept their way to the finals. Golden State did sweep their way to the finals and damn near swept the finals. I just need a little more drama in the middle, man. I need a little more drama.
The NBA playoffs, Spade, was like E3. It was lackluster. It was lackluster. You look at E3, it's like, oh, we expecting all this. We expecting games. The NBA, we was expecting, close games. It was blowouts galore. We looking like, wow, we can cut games off by halftime. Third quarter, we was cutting games off. Now, we both felt like this. It was going to be Cavs and Warriors from before the season even started. Kawhi getting hurt definitely didn't make that series enjoyable because when Kawhi was there, they was up by like 20-something points. Kawhi was there. It looked like they was going to win game one, so Kawhi they would have still beat the Spurs, but he could have made it interesting. But
it would have been 4-1.
It was blowouts galore, Spade. I want to say that the NBA playoffs was lackluster. I want to know how the supporters, how the people that watch Strong Arm Sports, how do you guys feel about the NBA playoffs as a whole? Now, Spade, let's get to the NBA Finals.
Okay.
Because everybody was saying, this is what we want. We want Cavs Warriors. We want the trilogy. This is what we want. This is going to be an epic series. Spade, we didn't get that. We did not get that. KD,
Not at all.
I got to, Spade, you know, I've been banging the cannon on KD all year. I got to take my hat off to him. KD came to play in the finals. But let me just say this. People are saying, well, KD going ham against LeBron. Let me tell you something. I tweeted, Spade. We didn't have a show in a while. I tweeted, I said, I would hate to have to defend the Golden State Warriors running through 900 screens, picks, illegal picks during a 40-plus minute game. Like, LeBron been playing, I think he played 43 minutes a game in the finals. Running through all them screens, having to defend these guys. You know, kudos to the Warriors because they find mismatches and they take advantage of them. But Spade, it's easy for KD to go ham when you can't really double team a guy. You can't double team KD because you got Clay, you got Steph, you got Draymond. Who, like, when Draymond can get you. He can get you double-digit points, double-digit rebounds, double-digit assists. So it's hard to double off. You know, it's hard to double off one of those guys when you got snipers everywhere. So people were saying we was waiting for this trilogy, Spade. I want to say it was lackluster. We figured LeBron can get them one game. I said Warriors in 7. I said Warriors in 7, but I wanted the Cavs to win, but I knew they didn't have enough. Spade, give me your thoughts on the NBA Finals as a whole.
I mean, I hate to sound like I'm just trying to protect my prediction, but if you go back, it was times that Cleveland looked like they was going to win the game. The first game in Cleveland, that would be Game 3. I really felt bad for that team. They came out and they played so well.
Yep.
That was the game that I felt like when they lost Game 3. I said, I'm not sure that team can play any better.
Spade, if I'm not mistaken, Game 3 was the game that KD didn't have an out of his mind game. But it's so many other people that if KD have a bad game, then Steph could be on, or Clay could be on. Somebody gonna be on. It's gonna be a rare instant that all 4 of those guys, or mainly the 3 of those guys, are going to be off on the same game. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah. I mean, I just realized in that game right there, I said, I'm not sure that the Cavs can play better than they played in Game 3. Like, Game 3, you really felt like, whoa. That's when you realized that the Warriors was light years ahead of the Cavs. And it's a shame, man. Bron had a really good final series. Kyrie had a good final series. Kevin Love started off pretty good, tapered off at some point. They really didn't get anything from JR until Game 5. Game 5, JR brought it. It was not enough. And now it's got the entire world wondering, what does the rest of the league have to do to be able to put a dent in the armor of the Golden State Warriors right now? And you know, you and I, we said this on this very show years ago. Right now, the Warriors look like the best team in the league for the next 3, 4, maybe 5 seasons. You know, barring a major injury of somebody. Clay, if you want to make me look like a genius, here's the time. One of those guys deciding they don't want to be on that team. If they keep all those guys and they avoid the injury bug, it ain't a team in the league that can phase these guys. Not at all. Not at all.
You mentioned Clay. You mentioned Clay. Spade. Clay came out earlier in the week and he also said that he don't have no problem staying there. He want to win rings. This is what it's all about, winning. He said he don't felt like he took a back seat to anybody. He felt like he still played like Clay. That's what he said now. He said, I mean, that's easy to say after just winning the ring. But he said that he didn't feel like he took a back seat. He felt like he was still Clay, felt like he still helped the team. I mean, and that's true. But Clay, if I'm not mistaken, he made one of those first, second, and third teams last year All NBA. If I'm not mistaken, and this year he didn't.
He had to have, because Harden didn't.
Yeah, Harden didn't. Spade, I want to ask you something else. Iggy, it's reports out there that Iggy is going to get $12 million per from the Warriors. If the Warriors keep basically the nucleus, you know, the solid bench players and the nucleus starters together. I mean, they just got Zaza. They got Zaza and JaVale McGee out there playing like, I mean, it's annoying and I hate it. But they got these guys out here looking like ball players. When JaVale McGee, I remember JaVale McGee had like a good series in the playoffs years ago in Denver, and I was like, yo, JaVale McGee might have this figured out. And after he left Denver, he kind of fell off, and it seemed like he's rejuvenated out there in Golden State. Same with Zaza. Zaza kind of had an okay year last year. He kind of almost got voted to the All-Star game last year with the Mavs, which is just crazy. But, I mean, it seemed like these guys are rejuvenated. I think if they're able to keep these Spade, like you said, these guys might be in the finals for the next 5 years. But, Spade, my question is, I see the same thing with the Cavs, unless LeBron leaves. But with Bron in the East, I don't care what happens in the East, I still have the Cavs in the finals again. So we may see the same series next year. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If it's not these same two teams next year, to shock the hell out of me.
You ain't lying. Now, Spade, before we move on, is there anything any team in the NBA can do to dethrone one of these teams, the beast from the best in the West and the beast from the East?
Well, I mean, this is what everybody's gonna say. The team that seems like they are the closest would be the San Antonio Spurs. I feel funny saying this every year because the Spurs are an old team. They was an old team 3 years ago, and they continue to get old. The only person on that team that ain't walking with a cane right now is Kawhi Leonard. I told you guys that team was Kawhi and a bunch of washed up has-beens, but maybe Kawhi is just that good. Maybe you can get a few pieces around Kawhi, and maybe these washed up has-beens can show up here and there. See, the thing with your supporting cast, they don't have to show up night in and night out. Right. What you need is, if LA is having a terrible game, I don't know, maybe Powell remembers how to put the damn ball in the hoop. If Powell looking like a deer in headlights, maybe LA remembers that they paid him a lot of money to go over there and be a great player. Maybe you can get one other player. Now, there are some rumors. I know we're going to get to the rumor mill later. This team appears to be closest, and I know you're thinking like I'm thinking. Everybody was like, who knows, man? The Spurs probably could have beat Golden State if Kawhi didn't go down. Pump your brakes. The Spurs would have won game 1.
Yep.
And I guarantee you they probably wouldn't have won another game. I'd have gave them 2 games max against the Warriors. But they did look like, for one game at least, they looked like the best team in the league against Golden State. And, of course, injury took that opportunity away from them. They appear to be the closest team when it comes to hurting either one of these guys. Appear.
Spade, it's going to be crazy. But I don't think no team in the NBA, aside from it being like some blockbuster trade, like something insane, like maybe Westbrook going to the Spurs. I don't see it, bro. I think the Warriors will probably have the best record in the league again next year. Next year, they'll still have the best record in the league. They'll be right back in the finals next year. Spade, they just have too much. Now, I'm interested to see what's going to happen because, Steph Curry's still on that little baby deal. Like, right. I mean, he making good money, but he ain't a max. He don't have a max contract, and I think that's what's saving the Warriors right now. That's why they're going to be able to give Iggy $12 million. That's why they was able to sell, get Durant. But Curry going to get 200 plus million, and I mean, we're going to have to wait and see. Is the owner over there going to want to pay the luxury tax? A lot of these owners don't want to pay that extra money, Spade. I think it's like an extra 150% on top of the money you already spending. We have to wait and see. But, Spade,
let me address something before we move forward.
Go ahead.
For one, in the money realm we're talking about, it is rumored Kevin Durant said he would be willing to take less to keep the team together. That's funny. But let me go back to Clay, because somebody hit me up on Twitter like, Spade, you were saying Clay would dip, and Clay just said he's happy. So, you're wrong. Wait. This is what it ain't strange for a player to say he happy when he unhappy. Yep. This won't be the first time we've seen that. Y'all know I'm a Dolphins fan. I don't even want to tell y'all what Nick Saban said before he packed this shit and got the hell out of Miami. He sat there and said right to the camera that he wasn't going nowhere, and he was packing his bags in the back the whole time. So don't let Clay coming out after winning a championship saying I'm happy convince you guys that he's never going anywhere. I mean, I can pull up tweets from when Kevin Durant was saying, why is everybody going to join other superstars? Where's the competition? Why don't we just stay and be like, people change, opinions change, and people bullshit. So don't get too hype on the fact that Clay's saying he happy there.
I don't think I think this will be the same two teams in the finals next year, Spade. I don't see anybody dethroning any of these teams. I don't care who they get. But we can move on.
Shout out to Golden State's trainer. Because I remember when Steph Curry had weak ankles. And ankles aren't like, you don't get in the gym and get big ankle muscles. Like, when you got weak ankles, they tend to plague you over your career. And knock on wood, I don't want the kid to get hurt. But it's strange seeing this guy go from having ankle injuries to he just pretty much play every game.
Let me give a shout out to their trainer, too. Because I remember when Kevin Durant didn't have no heart. we can move on.
Let's move forward. The rumor mill is where we probably finna move this show to, and it's quite a few of them. And I want to make sure I reiterate the fact that it is a rumor mill. Okay, so I'm not saying this is gonna happen, folks. Make sure we get that out there. But for this next segment, man, after the Cavaliers' defeat in the NBA Finals, the entire world instantly went to thinking, what can the Cavs do? Who can the Cavs get to make them better? Nobody looked at the Cavs and said who didn't perform or what game plan should they have changed to or what coaching changes should they have made. Everybody instantly said who should they get? And the first name that popped in everybody's head is Paul George. Yep. The Heat is also going to Paul George when somebody threw a mic in his face like, Paul, what up? You in, you out, or what? And he kind of gave one of those PC answers where he said, right now, I'm a Pacer, I'm under contract, and I play for the Pacers, but we need some better players, and we need some more talent in here, which basically was a bunch of BS. It sounds like I'm signed to the Pacers now, but I don't like my team or my teammates, and if I get a better opportunity, I'm on the first thing smoking. That's how I heard it. Nella Paris, the hot seat that I'm going to throw you in is, honestly, does Paul George make the Cavaliers that much better? Do you feel like Paul George on that team can beat Golden State?
No. He would definitely be an upgrade from Kevin Love because this is what they saying that let me talk to you. They saying that the trade will be the rumor is the NBA experts, I'm doing quote fingers over here, saying that the Cavs should call Indiana and be like, yo, y'all gonna lose Paul George anyway, so y'all need to just take Love and give us Paul George. Spade. Now I know Kevin Love grabbed some rebounds, but Kevin Love is a slow defender, and in some games he just disappeared. Now, I don't have the lineup. I don't know if they move Bron to power forward and let Paul George play the 3 or move Paul George to the 2. I don't have the answer. But I think he's an upgrade from Kevin Love because Paul George, he can score in this league. He can score. Kevin Love, it seemed like they done turned Kevin Love to this stretch big. When he was playing in the Eastern Conference playoffs, he was cooking. I'm like, yo, if Kevin Love play like this in the finals, Kevin Love will be a factor. I don't know where it went wrong in the finals, but I don't know if Draymond got in his head. I don't know what happened. They would switch on Kevin Love, and Kevin Love looked like a deer in headlights. I think Kevin Love had like 4 points in one game. He did have double-digit rebounds, but to be able to play against the Warriors, you got to be able to score. And I think having another guy like a Paul George can't hurt. I still don't think that'll be enough for the Cavs to beat the Warriors. I still don't think that's enough, but I definitely think he's an upgrade from Kevin Love.
All right, let me tell you why he's not.
Okay.
If we just gonna put him on a scale and put Kevin Love on one side and Paul George on the other, give me PG. That's easy.
Okay.
But we ain't playing 1v1. It's about a team and a scheme and a system. And LeBron James, the system and the scheme that he thrives in, reduces everyone else's role. Okay. Usually you're going to have one other person on that team who can create. They got that guy. His name is Kyrie.
Okay.
If it's up to LeBron, everybody else, he wants to sprinkle them around the perimeter. He wants you guys to be able to make a shot if he kicks it out to you. That ain't Paul George's game. Think about it. This is the same GM, and I'm talking about LeBron. I'm not talking about the real GM. I'm talking about LeBron. It's the same GM that shipped Dion Waiters out for not wanting to take that job and shipped Wiggins out before he even tried to do the damn job.
Who I think could have helped.
Because they weren't good. Huh?
I said I think Wiggins could have helped too.
Absolutely. But the problem is they looked at Wiggins and said, Wiggins isn't the type of player that we want. And I don't know how you wave off Waiters and Wiggins and look at Paul George and go, this is what we need. I don't think Paul George is to sit on the wing, sit behind the perimeter, wait on the shot. I don't think he's that guy. He can shoot threes, but he's not that guy. And, you know, you could look at Kevin Love in Minnesota and say he wasn't that guy, but somebody said this. I thought it was you, but somebody said it's something about LeBron that when he gets teammates, it's like he changes the type of player they are. He reduces who they are as a player. You look at the ultimate sacrifice that Chris Bosh made. The whole time Bosh was healthy in Miami, I stayed defending Bosh. I hated to hear people say, man, Bosh so trash. I would be like, look, Bosh could be in Toronto right now being the damn man and being a first-round exit. He made the ultimate sacrifice for this team, and I feel like Kevin Love is Chris Bosh 2.0. He makes the ultimate sacrifice for this team, and I just don't know that that's Paul George. He the same guy throwing teammates under the bus. He the same guy saying, I told him he got to give me that shot, only for him to get the shot later in that same series and not hit no rim or no net or no backboard or no nothing. My man shot a straight air ball.
Let me play devil's advocate because I think Paul George definitely helps because LeBron can't even have a seat. You take LeBron off the court and still got Kyrie and PG on the court. Come on, yo.
That's true. That's a good point.
You can cut LeBron minutes from 43 minutes a game to 35 minutes a game or 33 minutes a game. So now you add extra years on the back end. I just don't. It was time, Spade. And I like Kevin Love. Kevin Love played phenomenal in the Eastern Conference. Eastern playoffs. But yeah, I like Kevin Love. Right. But when they sat LeBron and they was when they sat LeBron and they was trying to feature Kevin Love, Spade, he was non-existent. He was non-existent, man. I still don't think Paul George would be enough to beat the Warriors. But if they can get him and get Love, I think you got to go do it, bro. I think you got to do it. And now I don't think it'll happen because it's sounding like Paul George is LA bound. I don't know if that's Clipper bound or if that's Laker bound, but it sounds like Paul George want to be out west. I don't know why he want to be out west and tangle with the Warriors 4 times a season, four times a season, and in the playoffs.
But in Paul George's defense, if you ain't winning a ring, you might well not win a ring in your hometown with your friends. You can get ass beat. It's a whole lot easier to cope with your homies.
Yeah, and get a match.
Exactly.
I don't know, Spade. I'm interested to know how the supporters feel. Do Paul George help the Cavs? Is that the question we want to ask? Huh? Is that the question we want to ask? Would Paul George help the Cavs? Is that the question we want to ask?
Is he better for the Cavs than Kevin Love? That's the question.
Spade, let me ask you. So it's been a ton of rumors this week, bro. And the previous week. It's been a ton of rumors. But they saying it's rumors that in 2018 LeBron may be LA bound. Now we don't know if that's Clipper bound. We don't know if that's Laker bound. But Spade, I gotta ask you, if this rumor has any validity, why would LeBron want to go out west when he been the beast of the East? He been running the East. He been to 7 straight NBA Finals in the East. Yeah. Why would LeBron want to? Do you think this rumor has some weight to it? Do you think it's true?
Nah, I don't put any stock in this particular rumor. The only small piece of possibility is the fact that we all know he wants to get a chance to play with CP3 before his career is over. Now the rumor mill, we got more rumors on the way. One of the rumors we're gonna talk about is the notion that CP3 might not even be in LA. So I mean, ain't no use in going out there if your mans ain't out there. So I don't know. I don't see, like you said, for one, you're gonna be sharing a state with the Warriors so they can kick your ass. Nah.
No way.
I don't see it.
Spade, if LeBron do this, let me say this about LeBron. Spade, I love LeBron. You know I love LeBron, but me and you talk off camera about LeBron all the time. LeBron get in these passive moments.
Yeah.
When I be like, I don't like this LeBron. LeBron come out aggressive first quarter. Like Spade, it was one game, I don't remember the game. I want to say it probably was game 3. LeBron came out, I think he had 20-something points in the first half. I think in the next 2 quarters, I think LeBron had 6 or 8 points, and I was like, why isn't LeBron? LeBron can score whenever he wants. Nobody can stop LeBron going to the cup. He either going to miss or it's going to be a foul. It's going to be one or the other. But LeBron getting these passive moves that I do not like. If LeBron go to LA, Spade, I think it's LeBron saying, you know what? I just want to play with my homies. I don't feel like I can get another ring over here, especially going against Golden State. And I think it's LeBron. If you go to LA, I think it's LeBron conceding, saying, you know what? I'm just going to go play with my homies and have some fun playing ball. I don't think I can win another ring. Why would you go to LA? What in LA? Let's talk about the Lakers. What in with the LA Lakers, aside from Magic being there, have you believing that the Lakers could be contenders, even if it's 2018, that's 2 years down the road, be contenders anytime soon, Spade?
Well, I mean, I feel like you add Bron to any damn team and they're contenders.
I mean, not out west, Spade. Not out west.
Well, they definitely in the playoffs, which mean they got a chance. You don't feel like if you add Bron to the Lakers, you don't think they make playoffs?
I mean, they're going to make. I think LeBron make the playoffs, but they won't. They will not go to the finals with that Warrior team over there.
They go to the Western Conference Finals. The whole rumor is dumb anyway. This man left beautiful Miami, Florida for Cleveland because that was home. He ain't finna leave home to go kicking in LA. He's not.
Right. I hope LeBron stay in Cleveland and just stay in Cleveland for the rest of his career. I don't want LeBron to be bouncing on around. Like I said, it's rumors. Let's move on, Spade. It's rumors that CP3. I'm skipping ahead. It's rumored that CP3 may join the Spurs. Spurs are trying to lure CP3 away from the Clippers. Maybe LeBron want to go to the Clippers to play with CP3. Maybe they get Melo from the Knicks for Blake Griffin, and it'd be Melo, Bron, and CP3. I still don't think that's enough. No. I still don't think that's enough with the Clippers. But it's rumors that Chris Paul may not even be a Clipper because the Spurs are trying to lure him away. Spade, one, if LeBron was to go to LA and it'd be Melo, Bron, and CP3 with the Clippers, can that team potentially dethrone the Warriors? Or if CP3 joined the Spurs, do you think that's a better fit?
Okay, wait. Before I answer any of that, we don't do this often, but I got breaking news here on the show. It is official. The Sixers have a deal with the Celtics for the #1 pick, and the Sixers are expected to select point guard Markelle Fultz.
Wow.
That's breaking. That's official.
Wow.
That's breaking news. So,
wow.
Hey, who knows?
I mean, the Sixers got bad juju, Spade, so hopefully the dude come in healthy and play well. Hopefully. I
mean, at this point right here, next year, Rookie of the Year can be between 3 different 76ers. We still ain't seen Ben Simmons yet. Anyway, let's get back to this question. My bad, man. I was reading when you was talking.
Point. Before we move on, that's a great point. I thought Ben Simmons, they were saying Ben Simmons was going to play point guard. What?
Not no more. We'll see. Give me your question again, bro. My bad.
Spade.
My bad.
If LeBron was to go out LA and join the Clippers, and the Clippers keep CP3, it'd be Bron, and they somehow trade for Melo, maybe trade Blake for Melo. Can they potentially dethrone the Warriors out west, or do you think CP3 with the Clippers, with the Spurs, is a better shot at that?
Oh man, that's a damn good question. I don't.
Let's go Clippers first. Bron, Melo, CP3.
Yeah, I can't sit here and say that CP3, and I love Kawhi, but I can't sit here in my right mind and say CP3 and Kawhi is a better tandem than CP3 and LeBron James, especially if you're gonna sprinkle in some Melo. So if they could finagle that, then I think that's his best chance, because whether they winning or losing on the court, once again, losses are easier to deal with your homeboy. So just for the fact that the off the court, you know what I'm saying? Like, the chemistry will be better. The relationship will be better. So, it is better for them. It's better for CP3 if the Clippers could somehow another pull strings and make that happen, which I doubt.
Spade.
It's set up.
I
It's set up.
still don't think that's enough, bro.
I don't think nothing's enough. You didn't ask me if it's enough. You asked me which one was a better chance. That's a better chance.
The Warriors are just light years better than everybody in the league, especially with those guys. They're just people were saying, "Oh, the Warriors." People were saying that the Warriors didn't have no bench. They look pretty damn good to me because Sean Livingston was still out there mid-ranging like a mug out there. I don't know what to say. I think it's a bad look for the NBA. I think it's a bad look for the NBA. And everybody's like, Spade, we talk to the homies all the time. The homies like, everybody should just stand pat and just wait for LeBron to beat. Like, his reign of terror is not going to be that much longer. He on the backside of his career. I don't know about that. But they saying that he's just averaged a triple-double in the finals. They saying LeBron is on the backside of his career. He just put up like 35, 10, and 12 in the finals. I don't know if that's the backside of a man's career. Goodness gracious. But people are saying everybody should just stand pat and just wait. The Warriors going to have to lose somebody because they ain't going to have enough money. But the salary cap is continuously going up. It's continuously going up. And if you got a guy like Kevin Durant coming out saying like, yo, I'll take less money to keep this together. I mean, less money may not be $200 million. It might be $120 million, $150 million. Who knows? But so he's still gonna be rich as hell. So if you got a guy like Kevin Durant saying, "Yo, I'll take less money to keep this together," I think it's a bad look for the NBA, bro. Because I don't see nobody. Spade, we could potentially see if LeBron was to decide to stay in Cleveland. We could potentially see these two teams in the NBA Finals at least for the next 3 years. At least.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bad look for the NBA, bro.
I mean, it's no different than when the Heat was going 3-4 years in a row.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm saying
that.
But before that, people was bringing up the Celtics and the Lakers and the Bulls. To me, it's not the same because they was playing a different opponent. True. All them teams. I mean, maybe not the Lakers and the Celtics, but the Lakers played the Pistons. The Lakers played the Bulls. So it was. I don't know, bro. It seemed, and especially Spade, the way the NBA is going, it look like it's going to be more tandems teaming up. Like people going to be like, you know what? We're not good enough to beat these guys, so we might as well go form our little mini Big Three or mini Big Four over here. So I just think it's a bad look for the NBA, and to me, this is why the NFL is greater. Spade, go ahead, Spade. This on you. Talk your Miami. Talk
okay, I've been in my phone, man. I got my stat boy hitting me up with the details of this trade, and turns out, man, Philadelphia fans are saying that this trade, the trade for the #1 pick, if they get Fultz, that's great because he's a combo guard who can really excel off ball, and it seems like they think it's the move. So only time to tell. Let's stay in the rumor mill for a minute, though. You guys know I'm a Heat fan. Let's talk Miami. Now I heard this name tossed around before the season was even over. And I kind of shot him down because in my mind I had the thought bubble. I just really couldn't picture this guy down in Miami. But it is some people close to the source saying that it is a possibility that the Miami Heat is a strong contender to land Gordon Hayward in the offseason. Not necessarily because Gordon's a big Heat fan. Turns out his wife is a big fan of the Miami area. The saying is happy wife, happy life. The parents, can you see this happening for one and for two? If you're an NBA player, man, and it's this time right here, like this is your time to get paid. Some players don't get but one of these, maybe two of these. You don't want to drop the ball on this. Can your wife like in an area, if it's you, can she force your hand to sign with a team? Because I tell my wife to sit down somewhere.
I was about to say, not me, but maybe Gordon Hayward. Now it's Spade. I mean, let me just put some teams into perspective. It look like Gordon Hayward can go to Miami. It look like he can go to Boston. It look like he can stay with the Jazz.
Right.
Now the Jazz to me is the nice young team. I think they need another piece out in Utah, and I don't know if you can get that piece to Utah. If especially if you're not drafting. I don't know if people are signing to go to Utah. I think George Hill got there via trade, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they need another piece. I just don't know. Let me say that. I don't know if people are like, you know what? I like what Utah doing out there. I can go to Utah, especially when you got a guy, when you got teams like Houston out there that is not afraid to spend money. Houston, they ain't gonna sign people. Houston to sign people. You got teams like the Spurs. I don't know if people are looking at Utah like, you know what, that could be a destination I want to be. I don't think Utah is a bad place to be. I think they got a nice young team, but I don't think
it's a small market though.
Yeah, that too. So you asking yourself, do Gordon and plus it's in the West. It's in the West. Gordon Hayward and them just got that work by the Warriors. So if I'm Gordon Hayward, my wife wouldn't be. I would have to make the best basketball decision for me. Of course, you want to win. Of course, you want to get paid. But I'm gonna say Pat Riley is known for building contenders, and the Heat. I think if Deion Waiters don't get hurt, I think the Bulls got the AFC. But I think if Deion Waiters don't get hurt for some of them stints, and the Heat had a lot of injuries, and they played tough at the end of the season, damn near made it to the playoffs, and that's what Pat Riley is known for. He's known for building, and I would trust Pat Riley. I wouldn't go to Miami because my wife like, yo, you know what, I like the beach. We can get a vacation house down there if you like the beach so much. So the question to me is, if I'm Gordon Hayward, do I choose Boston or do I choose Miami? Now, you really have to wait and see what both of these teams do in the draft. The Celtics just made a blockbuster trade. I think I would lean Miami. I would lean Miami, not because of my wife, but because I would trust Pat Riley. But I don't know. I would like Gordon Hayward to stay in Utah, but I think if Gordon Hayward want to be, he's not going to make an all-star game over there because they're so deep with forwards. It's going to be Kawhi. It's going to be Kevin Durant, Draymond. In the East, I think he can make an all-star game. He could probably take Melo's spot or I don't know, but I think he can make an all-star game in the East. So if I'm Gordon Hayward, I'm going to the East, and I'm probably going to Miami.
Okay, if we talking Miami, and I've been over here reading while you was talking, man, and it seems to me like that wife, Gordon Hayward's wife probably just like the attention, bro. I had forgotten that her and their daughter was pictured on Instagram earlier wearing green shirts with shamrocks on them. So, I mean, we can't read her. She's just throwing all kind of stuff out there.
Maybe she's trying to draw up the price. I don't know.
I don't know what the hell she do. I mean, at this point, the price is the price. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because it's the max.
The price is the price. Yeah. I mean, all she doing is trying to get a few extra followers on Instagram, probably. No shade to this man's wife. Gordon, don't get upset with me. I'm just giving you the strong arm truth. If Gordon Hayward joins Miami, one or two things is going to happen there. Gordon Hayward is a 3. He could probably play the 2, but he's a 3.
Yeah.
Miami drafted Justice Winslow. They had tremendous expectation for the guy. Now, he had an injury-riddled season. I got some numbers right here about Justice Winslow that's going to blow your mind. I'm a Heat fan. I like Justice. But Justice, you ain't going to like what I'm about to say about you, fam. This past season, Winslow only played 18 games. And he averaged 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Not bad when I tell you that. When I tell you that of this entire roster, Okaro, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Okaro White, from Florida State, is the only player on the team with a worse PER than Justice Winslow. Justice Winslow has an 8.2 PER. I got something else that's going to blow your mind. Let's talk three-point percentage. The 3 ball is king in today's NBA, fam.
It is.
You got bigs out there learning how to shoot the 3 ball. If you a wingman and you can't shoot the 3 ball, I don't know how valuable you can be in this league. Let's talk about Justice Winslow. His 3-point percentage this season was 20%. 20%. I'm over here looking to see if anybody shot lower. Derek Williams also shot 20%. Willie Reed shot 25%. The only people on that team that shot lower than Winslow is Hassan Whiteside and Udonis Haslem, who both had 0%. And I don't know if that means they didn't attempt them or if they only took like 1 or 2 and didn't make any. But of the people who made 3-pointers, nobody on this team shot a worse percentage than Justice Winslow. I mean, it's kind of early to say that you're done with the experiment, but Miami might actually have some stock in going after Gordon Hayward. He might be that guy, I'm having difficulty seeing this guy in the Miami Heat uniform. I can't really picture that. I don't see it. But, hey, man, in Pat Riley, I trust. Pat, if you feel like he the man, I'm riding with you, Pat. If he the man, let me know. I'm riding with you.
That's more so why, if I'm going Hayward, that's more so why I would lean. I mean, of course, Boston they was in the Eastern Conference Finals. But that's more so why I would lean Miami is because of Pat Riley. That's more so why I would lean because Pat Riley is known.
Pat gonna get it done.
Yeah, Pat, he's been known. And Gordon Hayward might not be the only piece. He may not be the only piece. So Pat Riley is known to make them mob-style moves when he be like, yo, I'm going to get Gordon Hayward. You come sign down here, I'm going to get you another piece. So, I mean, it's intriguing to me. It's going to be a lot of rumors. Like, all this is just rumor mill. It's going to be a lot of rumors, especially leading up to the draft. We may see more blockbuster trades like the one we just seen between Boston and Philly. It's gonna be a lot of noise, Spade. I want to move on. And just talk about blockbuster trade. So we just seen this blockbuster trade, and it may not be done because there's also a rumor attached to that trade that the Celtics may try to acquire Jimmy Butler. Y'all know I'm a Bulls fan. If the Bulls trade Jimmy Butler, I'm going to be sick. First of all, it was also a rumor that Hayward may take the Ohio State job. Somebody tweeted me and told me that Ohio State found a basketball coach. I was praying Hayward got the hell out of Chicago and went up there to Ohio State, but seemed like we stuck with Hayward. I was hoping Garden Pax. You know, it's been the hashtag fire Garden Pax for like 3 years running. I was hoping one of them would be going their back. And now it's rumors out there that we're going to trade Jimmy Butler to Boston, probably for a slew of picks. I don't know, Spade. We already talked about the blockbuster trade before between the Celtics and Philly. Spade, if the Celtics are able to get Jimmy Butler, do that help the Celtics dethrone the Cavs?
I mean, I want to say yeah. The only thing is you don't know how these chemistries are going to mix. While I was over here reading, while we was on the Gordon Hayward rumor mill, I found a little article that said people close to the source, close to Gordon Hayward, say he got concerns about playing with Isaiah Thomas. You know, can another superstar share the ball with Isaiah Thomas? He's made this reputation as being Mr. Fourth Quarter. Do that mean down the stretch he ain't finna give you the damn rock? I mean, these are concerns of superstars. These guys, you look at Jimmy Butler, Gordon Hayward, these guys been the man on their team since Pop Warner. So it ain't easy to just come in and be like, you know what, I'll take a back seat to this guy. Especially when in the back of your mind, you think you nicer than that guy. If you don't think Jimmy Butler and Gordon Hayward think they nicer than Isaiah Thomas, you crazy. Because this guy was the last pick of the draft. This guy came out of nowhere. And yeah, he's having an amazing, he just had an amazing season and he's changing his legacy around. He's going to have an amazing career. So far, he's having an amazing career. But if you don't think that these other guys are like, wait a minute, I was the man coming out of college, they not finna just be okay just letting 5'9" Isaiah get all the fourth quarter looks.
If the Bulls trade Jimmy Butler, y'all, I'm going to be sick. And I'm going to tell you what.
Wait.
The crazy thing is, I think they trade Jimmy Butler. I think we probably get Jay Crowder back. Probably some poor Jay Crowder. Because Boston don't treat Jay Crowder right. They don't treat him right. Man, if you was to search Jay Crowder name on Twitter, it would be so much slander. You would feel sorry for Jay Crowder. I mean, Jay Crowder getting a check, he getting paid, but the way people call Jay Crowder trash, he's not that trash. He's not trash.
Every day.
Poor Jay Crowder. I mean, is Jay Crowder better than Jimmy Butler? No, but is Jay Crowder just some trash player that's like, oh my God, we got to get Jay Crowder off the team? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. Poor Jay Crowder. But if the Bulls trade Jimmy Butler, your boy would be sick. I would be sick.
Why? I'm not understanding why.
You're our best player, bro. What are you talking about? He is a two-way player in the NBA, an all-star. Like Jimmy Butler, he's a phenomenal player, yo. He's a phenomenal player.
Be all right. Sick. You got
Listen,
Wade.
Man. Spade want to troll. I want Wade to go back to Miami too. Get Wade out of there.
Nah, don't give him back now. Nah, y'all wanted him. He y'all.
Spade, I want to say one thing about the finals that me and you talked about, and then we can move on. Right. I want to just talk about the finals. Spade, when we was watching, It was before you left. We was watching. I think it was like game 1. No, matter of fact, I think you may have been going and we was talking. I said, yo, Spade, the Cavs gotta do something defensively to try and stop Golden State. Now, I don't think you can do anything, but you have to do something. I don't know what that something is. Spade, I went so far as to say maybe the Cavs should play zone. And of course, it was other people. It was other people saying. It was people saying you can't play zone. NBA player got too much pride to play zone. When you getting smacked like this, it's time to put your pride to the side and throw out all the stops. Spade, what I bring this up to ask you, do you think, I think Mike Brown might have coached game 1 and game 2. I might have the number wrong. I'm for sure he coached game 1. But do you think Mike Brown / Steve Kerr outcoached Ty Lue? Or was their team just so much better that we could have coached the Warriors?
Well, yeah, I think it's a yes/no answer. I don't feel like Ty Lue made enough coaching adjustments.
Okay.
When things started to go wrong, case in point, everybody was throwing the microphone in their faces saying, wait a minute, this tempo favors Golden State. Are you guys going to slow the tempo up? And you had Bron up there like, no, we didn't get here by running slow tempo. We're going to do what we do. Okay, keep running your goofy ass into the side of that brick wall. It ain't working. It ain't working. So, yeah, they did not make enough coaching adjustments. At the same time, I'm sorry to be this guy. I didn't see Golden State do anything different. So I can't give coaches credit if they're not changing any philosophies or any game plan. Golden State ain't do nothing different in the finals than they did in any other game this season. So I guess to their credit, what they got worked, and you don't have to make a change. But they didn't. Look, man, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I could have coached them. You could have called me. I was in L.A. I could have coached them from L.A. on the phone. I could have FaceTimed somebody who don't get no minutes. And I could have coached them to the win in the last game of the finals. No shade to Kerr. No shade. First of all, I hate that Kerr keep coming back because it was just making a big distraction, and it made me feel sorry for Brown. They was just like, oh, well, Kerr came in the locker room and gave him a speech, and everybody played better. Why couldn't Brown do that? Like, if I'm Brown, I'm like, Kerr, look, do you want to coach or do you want to sit your ass down? Because you ain't finna keep coming in and walking out the same way black mamas tell you when you young and you keep running in and out the front door. Get your ass somewhere and sit down, Steve Kerr. You either in or you out. You ain't finna keep running in and out my door. But yeah, man, they didn't do nothing spectacular coaching. I mean, they had the better team, and maybe they had a great game plan, but it didn't call for any deviation. So they just went out there and did what they've been doing all year.
I agree with that, but I would have loved to see Ty Lue. Spade. It was so much disarray that you got to throw the kitchen sink at them. You know what I mean? Like, it's time to pull out all the stops. Yeah. I'd have just liked them to see them switch to zone just to be like, had the Warriors be like, yo, what the hell? What is this?
And people was telling you NBA players got too much pride to run zone. Like, that ain't how the Dallas Mavericks got their championship.
Yeah.
That zone had LeBron and Miami confused. Most players see the zone heavy in college. That's where you see the zone heavy. Bron didn't go to college. Bron was in the finals with Miami that first year there, looking like that was his first time seeing the 2-3 zone. Bron did not know what to do. And the Mavericks ran the hell out that zone. So miss me with that pride. That pride got Dirk a ring. So get it right.
And before somebody enter the comments and be like, running the zone is stupid. I'm not saying it would work. I'm saying what you guys are doing is not working. It's time to pull out all the stops. You got to ask yourself, since NBA players have too much pride to play zone, do the other team, do the opposing team even practice against a team? Practice playing ball against the zone? You got to just ask yourself them questions. If I'm a coach, I'm throwing out all the stops. If I'm getting hammered in football, if I'm getting hammered by a team that's running up the gut, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to stack the box. And you know what? Me stacking the box probably going to make me get beat over the top, but that's the price you pay. They're going to have to show me that they are willing to go over the top, because I ain't about to just keep giving you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards of pop right up the gut. It's time to, this is the NBA Finals. It is time to pull out all the stops. Damn your pride. Damn your pride.
What's the saying about insanity? Like, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is the definition of insanity.
Yep.
Like, you insane if you think you can just keep throwing the same thing at them. Yep. You see it ain't working. and you sitting up there all prideful talking about, no, we're not changing the game plan.
Yeah, man.
I'm LeBron James. We play at a high tempo. I don't care if I'm tired and my damn lungs is about to collapse. We're just going to keep doing that because, like, man, you better try something different.
I want to reiterate my comment. I'm not saying it would have worked. I'm saying this is it. This is it. It's time to throw the damn kitchen sink out there, man. Because what you doing ain't working. That's all I'm saying. Spade, is it on me?
All right, man. I know I wanted some NFL news in this show, bro, because I know deep down in your heart you want to talk football, don't you?
I do.
I can tell. I feel it.
I do.
So I got you. I found a little bit of NFL news, and for this one, we got to come down to the dirty. You got to come down to ATL, man. You got to talk about these Falcons. And we got to talk about Michael Vick ending his career as a dirty bird.
Okay.
The only fitting team in the world I can see this guy retiring as a member of. Talk Mike Vick, man. You good
I'm gonna say kudos to Arthur Blank for bringing him down there, letting him retire a Falcon. Now it's been a long time, Spade. The Falcons did make it to the Super Bowl when they had Jamal Anderson and Ray Buchanan and those guys, but Michael Vick rejuvenated that city when he got there, man. If I'm not mistaken, somebody's going to correct me in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Nobody have never won a playoff game in Lambeau Field until Mike Vick went up there and shredded Green Bay. Mike Vick went up there and did his thing. So I want to say kudos to Arthur Blank for bringing back Michael Vick. He also brought back Roddy White. I don't know why he let Roddy White retire a Falcon. Roddy White he was an okay player. He ain't really teared up. Julio was more so the man. I think if I was playing next to Julio, I think I'd have been that man. I think I'd have been the man too, because Julio over there getting double covered. But kudos to Arthur Blank for letting Mike Vick
he
come
was
back.
the man before Julio got there, though. Hold up. We're going to make sure Roddy get his love. Roddy came out of a small school, and he was the man in it.
And here comes the Atlanta fan in him, y'all. Here the Atlanta fan. Go ahead, Falcon fan.
We're going to give Roddy the props he deserves. He came out of a small school, and he was the man before Julio got to the league. He was declining by the time Julio got in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just happy they was able to somewhat, I guess, forgive Michael Vick and let him come down there and retire a Falcon. That's the way it should have been. And I'm glad Arthur Blank did the right thing. You know, it seemed like they wasn't ever, they kind of disassociated themselves with Mike Vick after that whole situation. And I'm glad Arthur Blank was able to, let bygones be bygones and let Mike Vick retire in Atlanta Falcon, because that's what he should be. That's what he should be.
Let me tell you something. The city of Atlanta, especially the team, I'm not going to say the city because I don't feel like the fans, most of the fans never turn their back on Mike Vick after the situation. But that organization wanted to disassociate themselves with Mike Vick to the highest level. If you'd have walked in the Georgia Dome with a can of Vicks Vapor Rub, they'd have threw your ass out on the streets. Like, you can have Vick or Mike or cornrows or number 7 or anything around Arthur Blank for a very long time. And Mike Vick actually wanted to retire around the Super Bowl time, and he was kind of denied that access. And it seems like a lot of people for the organization felt like Mike Vick was trying to kind of steal a little bit of sunshine or sunlight or a spotlight, whatever you want to call it, around Super Bowl time. It really was a bad time for him to try to do it. Let that team, let them do their thing. But after that 28-3, can you be tough? Can you tell anybody no? You didn't tell the Patriots no when you was up 28-3. So
I want to say that Mike Vick took a negative and turned to a positive. He seemed like he'd been trying to do the right thing. He'd been working with Peter. Seemed like he kind of got it together. Now Mike Vick wasn't never this amazing polished passer, but Mike Vick was one of the most electrifying football players that I ever seen in all my years of watching football. And ladies and gentlemen, I watch a lot of football. They used to show the Canadian League, like Canadian football on TV. I used to watch all of that. I watch a lot of football, and Mike Vick was hands down one of the most electrifying players I ever seen touch the football field. So I'm happy he was able to retire a Falcon. I'm glad Arthur Blank did the right thing. I'm glad he did.
Me too. Me too.
Spade,
bring him home.
Oh boy, I don't want to talk this. I'm gonna just say that right now.
Why?
I don't want to talk this. But
what's the problem?
But it's happening, Spade. It's happening.
Talk. I don't understand why you sound so poopy.
Because it's happening.
That's
money,
good.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Yes.
Conor McGregor is a thing now. Like, this is a thing. There will be a boxing match between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, Spade. And I'm going to just come right out and say it. I'm not excited. Nobody should be excited. But, Spade, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. 1, are you ordering the fight? 2,
hell no.
Are you excited for the fight? And do people with sense want to see this? I gotta say, people with sense.
Am I ordering the fight? Hell no. Hell no. Am I excited for the fight? Not really, because boxing kind of trash anyway. I mean, I actually feel like it's bad for boxing. If the biggest event in your sport is an exhibition, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody thinks Conor is going to win this fight. I don't know what that says for boxing. If the biggest, most talked about, most, lucrative thing that can happen in your sport is an amateur exhibition, I think that's terrible. I think it's terrible. Before somebody asks, do I give Conor a chance? He's a fighter. I mean, any fighter, you give a fighter a chance, because all it takes is one punch. You land the right punch, and you win. Like, that's why I ain't never been scared to fight. I mean, I'll fight somebody bigger than me for that one chance that I can hit him with the right one before he hit me with the right one. That being said, if I took my mortgage money and I had to place it on somebody, I'm walking straight over to the money team side to put my money down. I don't feel like Conor's going to win this fight. It's so strange that I feel like they probably got an under-the-table deal. Like, I think Floyd and Conor on the phone, like, Floyd, like, look here, I'm not going to break your nose and shit, but I'm gonna beat you up now. I'm gonna have to hit you in your face. I got to make it look real. And Conor's like, just don't break my nose and shit, man. I'm trying to get this money. That's what it feels like to me. It don't feel like a real fight. But, I mean, you got to be happy for it, man. It's a big event. It's a big deal.
I'm not, Spade. You want to?
It's gonna put Floyd in the record books.
Earlier in the week, I had some choice words for boxing. I said, this proves that boxing is trash. Now, I know it's gonna be people in the comments. I hate to be that guy, Spade, because we do that a lot on this show. We be like, yo, back in our day, football and basketball, Spade, boxing, the golden era, and some, our older generation, like my uncles, and they're gonna probably disagree with me, but growing up boxing with Mike Tyson and those type of guys, that was it for me. Like, when you wanted to see those fights. Now I know somebody gonna get in the comments and be like, Triple G and Canelo, and I like Andre Ward, and I like Triple G, and I like Canelo. But I'm looking at boxing and I'm saying, yo, boxing is trash. That's why they go in the WWE route. This shit is a sideshow, bruh. It's a sideshow. Like, it's making a mockery of the sport, bro. It's making a mockery of the sport. This is like the NFL, the league I love. This is like the NFL being like, you know what, we're gonna take the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots and we're gonna play arena football. Let's play arena football. No.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing? It's a mockery of the sport. Oscar De La Hoya had some choice words. Oscar De La Hoya came out and was like, this is a mockery of... I agree with some part of what Oscar De La Hoya was saying, but in my mind, I'm thinking Oscar De La Hoya just mad because he ain't getting some of that purse. He ain't getting some of that bread. Because if it was a fight about... If it was Oscar De La Hoya
Golden Boy Promotions.
About to fight...
if it was Golden Boy Promotions,
yeah, if it was Golden... Exactly. About to fight Conor McGregor, Oscar De La Hoya would be all in. So... I believe Oscar De La Hoya do think it was a mockery, but I think people are able to put up with a mockery a lot more when it's about to lace their pockets. I just think if I'm I'm not really a boxing fan that much no more. I like MMA more than I like boxing. It's certain fights I want to see. Like I like Triple G. I like Andre Ward. I like Canelo. I happen to like what's our boy Spade that want to rap and be wilding out?
AB.
I like AB. I don't even like his fights. I like his antics during the fight. I like watching his antics. But I'm not tuning in. I don't buy boxing pay-per-view. I can just wait till the next week till that junk come on cable, and I'll be perfectly fine. I don't be mad I missed the fight. It's gonna be some boxing fans. I want y'all to leave in the comment section why we should be excited for this, because I'm not. I think it's a mockery. It's WWE. Boxing has turned into WWE.
You don't like WWE?
Nope, not no more. I used to watch it when I was a kid. Back when I thought it was real, found out it was fake, I was out. Yep. I'm sorry if I just broke the news. Spoiler alert. Wrestling is fake. Wrestling is fake.
Oh, man, bro. Man.
But I just don't know how anybody can be excited. I mean, of course Floyd want to do it. Floyd is all about the money. He bought that money. So Floyd said I can make $100 million for fighting this guy? Yo, Spade, a guy that I respect.
It's also going to put him in the record books, bro. This will give him 50 and 0. This will put him in the record book.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, Spade. It's a cakewalk. Spade, a guy that I respect with his boxing knowledge is Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman said Conor McGregor will not land one punch, Spade.
I believe it.
He said he will not land one punch on Mayweather. Mayweather gets in the boxing ring with top-notch boxers. We expect this MMA guy, and they're going to be like, oh my God, Conor McGregor has a boxing background. I don't care. He's not a boxer. Floyd Mayweather,
since he was like 12.
Did you see him throwing them punches on that clip, Spade?
Oh, I saw.
Come on, man. Floyd Mayweather get in the boxing ring with professional boxers, and they can't even hit him. Listen, I'm not excited. Somebody talked me into it. I'm not buying it. But somebody talked me into it. But I don't know if I can say this on this podcast. You may have to cut this out. But somebody give me the illegal download link. Somebody tweet me the link.
Oh, somebody Lord. Let's rap. Get us out of here.
Yeah, man.
Let's rap.
You can rap. Listen, man. No strong arm performance this week. Ain't nothing going on but baseball and golf. And we don't watch baseball nor golf. So no strong arm performance.
Oh, what about hockey? Hockey ain't still popping?
Nah, hockey, I think the Penguins won. That's over. Penguins won.
Oh.
Yeah, that's over.
I missed it.
But I mean, we don't watch hockey either. I mean, hockey more exciting than baseball and golf. But, I mean, WNBA going on, I think. But you don't give your strong arm performer to women. But anyway.
Oh, my God, bro.
Listen, man. We want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. I know this was a long episode. We had a lot to cover. Please share your thoughts and comments about everything in the comment section down below. As usual, if you're new here, bang the subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. If you don't want to see two dudes arguing in 2 boxes, we got audio podcasts everywhere. We're back. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes. Now it's called Apple Podcast. They didn't change the name. But we want to thank you guys for your continued support. Spade, you got anything else to add?
No, sir. Hey, we back. We back.
We want to thank y'all for your continued support, man. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. You can also tweet us. We talk sports on Twitter all day, yo. We love communicating with you guys. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.